Dear students, if you remember, in the last class we had started the poem My Own True Family. We had finished the first 3 stanzas. Let us recapitulate what we had been discussing in the last class. The poet entered an orchard. Why did he enter the orchard? He entered the orchard to search for a male deer. And whom did the poet meet there? The poet met an old woman. How was the old woman? The old woman was walking unsteadily with the help of a stick. She was in rags. That means her clothes were torn. And what did the old woman tell the poet? The old woman told the poet that she had the poet's secret inside her little bag. And then the old woman began to laugh harshly. And the poet became terrified, afraid, nervous, and he began to tremble. And suddenly the old woman opened up the little bag and cast a spell on the poet. It was a magical spell. The poet fell asleep and he started dreaming a dream. What did he dream? He dreamt that he was surrounded by a strange tribe and he was bound to a post. What did the tribal people tell the poet? The tribal people told the poet that they were the oak trees and they belonged to his own true family. The oak trees and human beings are one family. This was told by the trees. The trees also told the poet that they are chopped down, cut down, but the human beings do not protest. They remain indifferent to the killing of trees. Though the trees and human beings belong to the same family, the human beings do not protest when trees are felled. And the oak trees asked the poet to make a promise, and if the poet did not make the promise, he would die. What was the promise? We are starting from that point. Look at page 31, stanza 4 of the poem. Whenever you see an oak tree felled, swear now you will plant 2. This was the promise the poet must make. Whenever the poet sees that one oak tree is being felled means cut down, what would she do? He must promise to plant 2 oak trees. If he sees one oak tree cut down, he will plant 2 oak trees. Unless you swear, the black oak bark will wrinkle over you. Bark. Bark means the covering of a tree. Gacher bakul. That is called bark. If the poet does not make this promise, what will happen? The covering of the oak tree, the bark of the oak trees will wrinkle over him. That means cover him. And root you among the oaks. To root one, that means to bury. They will bury the poet among the oaks where you were born but never grew. You means human beings. The poet represents human beings. The human beings and the trees grew from the same place. They have the same origin. They grew from the surface of the earth. But human beings did not grow up there. মানুষ এবং গাছ দুজনেই পৃথিবীর উপরিভাগেই জন্মেছিল. But ultimately the human beings did not grow up there, but the trees grew up. That is why the trees and the human beings belong to the same family. So the oak trees told the poet that he must make a promise. He must promise that if he found that one oak tree was cut down, he must plant 2 oak trees. And if he did not make this promise, then the black oak bark would wrinkle over him, would cover him, and bury him under the ground, and he will be killed. Because the human beings and the oak trees have the same origin. Now go to the next page. This was my dream beneath the boughs. Bough means the main branches of a tree. The big branches are called the boughs. The small branches are called the twigs. So the poet fell asleep beneath the big branches of the oak tree. Beneath means under. And he dreamt this dream, that the oak trees had come to him. They had asked to make a promise. This was the dream dreamt by the poet. The dream that altered me. Alter means to change. This dream brought about a great change in the poet. What was the change? When I came out of the oak wood back to human company, when the poet woke up from his dream, the poet slowly came out of the oak wood. He came back to human company. That means he came back amidst the people. আবার মানুষের মধ্যে ফিরে এলেন. My walk was the walk of a human child, but my heart was a tree. The poet says that a great change had come over him. What was the change? Still the poet walked like a human being, but his heart had become a tree. The heart, the pumping organ of the body, which pumps blood, if it becomes like a tree, the man will die. So this is not the literal meaning, it is a metaphor. My heart was a tree, that means the poet felt sympathy for the trees. For the first time in his life, the poet realized that human beings and trees belong to the same family, and human beings and trees must grow up together. If a tree is cut down, the poet must protest. This was the change that came over him. Actually, in this poem, the poet gives a message. What is the message given by the poet? Man goes on felling trees indiscriminately. মানুষ যথেচ্ছভাবে গাছ কাটছে. But the survival of human beings depend on the survival of the trees. মানুষের বেঁচে থাকা নির্ভর করে গাছের বেঁচে থাকার উপরে. Because the trees give us oxygen, the trees make the atmosphere pollution free. Otherwise, we cannot survive. So for the sake of the survival of the human beings, man should not fell trees. Man should not cut down trees. Rather, man should plant trees. This is the message that the poet has given. The human beings and the trees must grow up as members of the same family. A very close relationship exists between man and trees. If trees are cut down indiscriminately, a day will come when man will disappear from the surface of this earth. Man will not survive if trees do not survive. This is the message given by the poet, and it has been told in a matter of metaphor. Metaphor means something that has two meanings, outer meaning, inner meaning. The outer meaning is this, he had a dream, but the inner meaning is this, that he realized that the existence of human beings depends on the existence of trees. So we have finished the poem. Now you should write down the comprehension exercises 1, 2 and 3, and I will send you the answers later. So thank you, and the class comes to an end today.